This video was sponsored by Minky Blue. Work and travel organized. Good morning. We are in La Fortuna, Costa Rica. This is the third video in my series. So if you haven't watched my other videos, I'm going to put a link down in the description below so that you can go and check those out after this one to get all caught up. For these next couple of days, we are going to be hitting up one of the most popular and talked about waterfalls in Costa Rica, and that is the La Fortuna Waterfall. It's got 500 steps down and 500 steps back up. They say that it's worth the hike. And then tomorrow we're going to be adventuring on down into Jaco. First, before we do any of that, I gotta get some breakfast and I gotta get some coffee. We stayed at the downtown hotel in La Fortuna. Now remember that in Costa Rica, most of their hotels have stairs, so you're going to be lugging those suitcases up and down stairs every day. Only one of our hotels had an elevator, and that was in Jaco. If you see something on the menu called a typical breakfast, it looks like this. It's scrambled eggs, avocado, plantains, beans and rice, a tortilla, cheese, and usually a side of fresh fruit like papaya. Our room was cute. The sliding glass door didn't lock and nobody in our parties locked either. So I do have a hotel safety video coming up next, and I did find the perfect little travel lock that will lock these sliding glass doors. I'll link that video down in the description below. Okay, so this isn't technically part of our itinerary, but I think this is one of the biggest reasons I'm really loving this group trip, Trova Trips, and our guide, Kat. She's amazing. So we had some extra time and we were right here. We have come out to this water hole. It's a waterfalls. And she said this is a local swimming hole where locals here in La Fortuna will come. I'm not gonna say that it's a secret spot because there's a ton of people here, but she said this is where locals come. There's a swing that you can drop down into the water. Lots of places to sit and cool off, especially in the heat. And today it is currently 86 degrees outside, that's Fahrenheit. We're here mid-March, so if that gives you an idea of the weather. That was so much fun. Even if you don't want to jump off the swings or go swimming, just come down here and watch. Some people were doing some acrobatics. So now we are going to get back in the van and head to La Fortuna Waterfall. So we're gonna head out that way. We've got about a 15-minute drive, and then I'll see you over there. So here at La Fortuna Waterfall, this is kind of part of their national parks, they said. They are open from about 7 in the morning till about 5 at night, and tickets on average for foreigners are about $18. To get to the base of the waterfall, you will walk down over 500 steps and over some bridges and heights. So wear some comfortable shoes with a good amount of grip. Okay, we are at La Fortuna Waterfall, but before I show you that, I want to take a moment to talk about the sponsor of today's video and the maker of the beautiful coral colored bag I've been carrying around everywhere, and that is Minky Blue. Now, if you've been watching my channel for any amount of time, you'll know I've spoken about Minky Blue for almost 2 years, and it's because I love the quality and detail they put into their travel bags. I'm currently traveling through Costa Rica with my favorite travel bag by Minky Blue, the Nache backpack, in this beautiful and perfect for summer coral pink colorway. When I travel for work, I carry a ton of gear, and these bags have all the compartments I need to stay organized. Whether I'm replying to emails at the airport or looking for sloths in the jungles of Costa Rica, this bag has me covered and looking stylish. Outside, you have gorgeous vegan leather and gold-plated hardware with protective feet. Inside, you'll find a beautiful blue twill inner lining with a padded protective sleeve for your 15-inch laptop. You've also got several inner pockets to stay organized, 2 expandable side pockets, and the best part, the inner panel converts the bag into upper and lower compartments, or take it down and have one larger compartment. This gives me the option to travel my way. So that's why I've teamed up with Minky Blue to sponsor this video, because I want to be able to offer a special discount code just for Go Travel with Stacy viewers. When you click the link in the description of this video, you'll be taken to the Minky Blue website. Enter promo code GoTravelStacy to get 10% off your purchase. I'm giving one of these beautiful bags away, so stay tuned to the end of the video to learn how you can win one for yourself. Thank you so much to Minky Blue for helping me continue my travel adventures. Now let's get back to the video. La Fortuna is Spanish for the fortune, and this waterfall drops about 75 meters down and sits at the base of a dormant volcano. You are allowed to swim at the base of the volcano, but the waters are really choppy and can be very cold. The rocks to get down there are also super slippery with algae, so be very careful if you're going to swim in this area. If you come down next to the waterfall, it's really choppy, so keep that in mind and wear the right shoes. I would wear like water shoes that hug your feet like a flipper, because my water shoes are dragging me down. If you want to cool off in the water but prefer something more relaxed, there's also an area where the river is very still. There's lots of cute little fishies swimming around, and you can just sit in the water, soak in the sun, and relax. They do have a lifeguard on duty, but this is more for emergency, so if you're not a strong swimmer, I wouldn't advise getting into the choppy waters at the base of the waterfall. A visit to the La Fortuna Waterfall is really a one-stop shop to bring the whole family and spend the entire day. They do have an orchids trail here. They have some restaurants, souvenir shops, restrooms, and lockers, as well as viewpoints. If you don't want to walk all the way down, you can just go to the viewpoint and take your picture. Well, we did it. We went down to the waterfall. It was absolutely beautiful. I am going to have a tips video for coming to Costa Rica and this La Fortuna waterfall in another video, so make sure you hit the subscribe button so that you don't miss when those videos come out. I think they are very helpful tips, some things that we did right and some things that we did very wrong. You know, I've only been in Costa Rica a few days and already I'm in love with this place. The people are so friendly. They just want to tell you about their culture. I mean, we have volcanoes, excellent food. I cannot wait to come back here. And if you would like to travel here with me on a group trip to Costa Rica, I'm gonna put a survey down in the description of this video. Go fill it out. And when I get a group trip together, we're gonna come here to Costa Rica and we're gonna have the most amazing trip of your life. Sadly, it was time to leave La Fortuna and head down to Jaco, but you know I can't leave town without getting some postcards for my Patreon and YouTube channel members. Some of my memberships include a handwritten postcard from my travels, so if you would like to get one on my next trip, fill out the link in the description below and sign up to be a channel member. All right, good morning. It is a lovely, beautiful, sunny day here. We are leaving La Fortuna, heading down to the beach coast of Costa Rica. This is going to be on the western side, the Pacific Ocean side, to a town called Jaco. And this is where we'll begin our kind of 3-day, I'm not going to say relaxing because we've got a lot more activities to do, but some beautiful ocean views. So I'm very excited about that. She mentioned maybe going on a boat tour that wasn't originally in the itinerary. She said we can see some really awesome wildlife on that boat tour. So I'm going to keep you updated as we go along this journey back up through the mountains and down to the west coast of Costa Rica. I am so excited. We are at a crocodile safari. So we are going to get on a boat and go down the river and see if we can see some crocodiles as well as some other animals. We've already seen iguanas in the road and howler monkeys in the trees. I think this is gonna be so much fun. Let me show you around the jungle, the crocodile jungle store. That way you'll kind of know what to expect, because they've got stuff here to shop if you want to get your souvenirs. They've got a restaurant in the back if you want some food or something to drink. So there's a lot to do here. And again, it's one of those places that's like a one-stop shop. You come here, you have your adventures, you eat your food, you get your souvenirs. There are so many different souvenirs you can buy, from t-shirts to dresses. Maybe you didn't wear the right clothes, handmade pottery, a hat, and it's Mom. Say hi, Mom. Oh no, okay. Okay, our guide has picked us up and we are headed out to this boat. Kind of reminds me of a pontoon boat, but with, you know, a roof on it, which is really nice because I put on sunscreen, but we all know it's not going to be enough. I'm really excited, but kind of nervous. Like I feel like I see one, but it may just be a big log. Okay, I don't want to talk too loud, but we are just seeing our first crocodile. We haven't even been here like 3 minutes. Our boat guides were so helpful at not only pointing out things to look at like the crocodiles that were camouflaged in the mud, but also other things like birds that we didn't know a lot about. And they told us how they operate in their day-to-day life. They said some of these crocodiles can get up to 4 meters and 1,000 pounds, and normally they're not very active and they lay around in the sunshine all day, but when it's feeding time, these things can move very quickly and are really good predators. They said some of the crocodiles even have their own territory, like their own block on the street that's theirs, and the big ones with the territory, like the alpha dogs, those are the ones they give names to. So our guide was telling us about the crocodiles and how they sit out in the sun to help regulate their temperature. Another way that they do that is by keeping their mouth open because their skin texture is so tough. It's really, really hard to penetrate. So by opening their mouth, it's another way for them to either let warmth in or let cold out and just regulate that temperature a little bit better. They were also saying if you get attacked by a crocodile, the best place to help defend yourself is by going for their eyeballs because, again, their skin is so tough, you're probably not going to do anything there. And they have such strong jaw muscles that you would be really hard-pressed to get them open. So go for the eyes, man. Go for the eyes. The safari is also a great place to learn about the land in this area or watch these beautiful horses cool off in the river and maybe make a new friend along the way from the other side of the world.
Bonjour, coucou.
The lands that surround this river are privately owned. They were saying that a lot of them have been kind of cleared off for agriculture or maybe having your horses on the land. Some of the properties grow things like teak wood and others grow things like watermelons. Yo, so we got over to this spot and I was like, oh, what is this guy doing? Is he cleaning a rag or whatever? But he was trying to like tap the top of the water with the rag because apparently this is a place where one of the really large crocodiles, one of the alphas as they call them, have territory that they hang out. Like, this is my spot. And all of a sudden you see this head come up and then he goes back under the water and we're like, where did he go? And the next thing I know, he pops up right next to the boat, totally fine and docile. He's just kind of hanging out here next to the boat, and it's just wild because you are, I mean, a foot away from this crocodile. He did clarify this one is Mike Tyson, and he's 85 years old. The tour concludes with a stroll through the mangroves to see special things like a scarlet macaw and an anteater. Well, we just finished our tour. That was such a blast. Of course, we saw tons of crocodiles, way more crocodiles than I thought we were going to see. We saw a lot of birds, some I can't even tell you the name of, but they're all in this book. I know we saw that scarlet macaw, actually 2 scarlet macaws. We saw a wood stork, an anteater. I didn't even think that an anteater was an option, but I'm glad that it was because that was so cute to see it just sleeping in the tree. You've got to experience this when you come around Jaco. This place is so cool. Now, this was not part of our Trova trip tour. This was extra. We kind of added it on because we had the time and all of us wanted to do it. And I think it cost us about $40 per person. We had the best time on the Tarcolis River. Check this out. I'm gonna put the link to the website for this place down in the video description below. If you have any interest in coming to Costa Rica and seeing really cool things like this, or going zip lining or surfing, or seeing a volcano and actually hiking it, I'm gonna put a link in the description. Go fill out my survey and let's take a group trip together. Kat then stopped to grab these weird looking fruits off this tree. She said it was the first one she'd seen this season, and these are the seeds and fruit of a cashew, but I still think to this day this was one big joke. Is it sweet or?
Not too sweet, no.
Not too sweet.
I don't know.
It smells like a nut, but kind of like feet. Kind of smells like feet. Ooh.
It kind of leaves up in your mouth, you know, but
It's not necessarily sweet, but it's not necessarily not sweet. It smells like sweet feet. Leaves a weird, like, film in your mouth the whole time you're eating it. It's almost like all of the moisture's been dried out of your mouth at once. Interesting. Very interesting. We made it to Jaco. The next few days on this adventure in Costa Rica is gonna be filled with beach days. We're going out to an island, we're gonna kayak, we're gonna snorkel, we're gonna zip line. I've been told down the longest zip line here in Costa Rica. And then the next day we're going to be going to one of the national parks here, so you do not want to miss that. I want to give one of these beautiful Niche backpacks away to a lucky viewer. I'm using Google Forms for this giveaway because giveaways in the past, I've had a really hard time actually being able to contact the winner. And I want to make sure that if you win, you get this beautiful bag. I have an entry link in my video description and in the pinned comment. Click that link, enter your name and email in the form, and then come back to the video and leave a comment to let me know that you entered. There are 6 videos in this Costa Rica series, so that is 6 chances for you to enter to win. Be sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss the winner announcement on June 25th. Ladies, my next video is for you. I'm going to be talking about hotel safety, not only here in Costa Rica, but anywhere you travel. I have some amazing devices to keep you safe that I found on Amazon, and I want to show you everything. Hit that subscribe button so you don't miss out when that video posts, and when it posts, it's going to be listed right here. Go click into that video and I'll see you over there.